So, Creator Series Brazil then, it was a bit of a spicy one. I'm excited to see some of these clips. There was definitely a few controversial moments. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it. So, sprint race. I want to see Razin's very start, see if he should have done more to avoid it. In fact, no, before we do this, actually, let's look at what caused this, which in my mind is this guy. Bit rusty, perhaps, Skyzy these days. I think Skyzy caused this incident. Now, Alex Can't Drive did live up to his name. Alex Can't Drive here has quite a big slide and is in theory what starts it, but you can't avoid mistakes. What you can avoid is how you react to those mistakes, which is why I think Skyzy caused it. Watch this. Like it wasn't his fault. But then Skyzy just diving in there into turn 2 from this angle. I mean, that was always going to go horrendously badly, wasn't it? It was always going to go horrendously badly. But yeah, I mean, caused by, I was going to say caused by Alex Can't Drive, but actually it's Kai, isn't it? It's Kai on the inside who understeers into it and makes him slide. Hold on, we've got Kai's POV. I don't know. He didn't do much wrong there. I mean, he does go a little bit deep, sure, but though he's less deep than Oscar Piastri was, and he got a penalty. Well, let's play this through.
Brother.
He gets away with it because he's... Oh, no, he gets hit sideways. Does he have 2 proximity towers there? Did he leave enough room?
Brother. He turned in on me.
Maybe.
Brother. He turned in on me.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe Kai turned in a little bit as well, to be fair. Let's have a look from Alex Can't Drive's POV. Yeah, I mean, does nothing wrong. Despite his name, does nothing wrong. Like, that's a really example of why it's Skyzy. Look at that. Like, I do feel for Skyzy because there wasn't a lot more he could have done. But at the end of the day, when you're diving in there from that angle, it's probably going to go badly for you. So, it's primarily Skyzy there. Kai kind of triggered it all in the beginning, but Skyzy's the one that's basically caused the massive pile-up. Jake and Kai contact. Right, sign me up for a bit of this. What's this? Right, looks pretty bad of Ben, right? Looks pretty bad of Ben from this POV. Looks like Ben goes for a ridiculous dive bomb, Ben Daly style, and just takes him out. If you look, Ben actually even goes over the off track here. Look, he's all 4 wheels off the track there briefly. Looks bad. But then Kai after that is pretty clear. Kai just turns in on the next car, Meraki, just doesn't give him any room. He then does a dodgy rejoin. He's off track here, and he just flies back onto the track with a dodgy rejoin and ends up spinning people around. So not great driving from Kai after that. But when you watch it from Ben's POV, it's a very different story, and you realise it's all on Kai.
Now he's parking the bus. What are you doing, buddy?
Ben only ends up there because Kai turned in him. Now, what I will say is, Ben should have done this cleaner than he did. Because if you look, Ben never re-engages overtake ERS, despite the fact that he's gaining on Kai nicely now. Kai's not got his battery switched off. He's also not looking as awareness of a pigeon. If Ben switched on his overtake now, in fact, Ben goes to none and then still goes for the dive bomb. And then Kai just turns in on him. It's a late move, which is why he should have used more battery earlier on, so it wasn't such a late move. But Ben does nothing wrong. Kai just completely misjudges this to be using no battery up the hill and allow somebody who's only on medium for most of this hill to get alongside you while he's in none is ridiculously stupid. So Kai just makes a big mistake. And obviously, and then Ben survives. But then on Jake, Kai does just turn in. There's no mitigating factors for him turning on a Jake. See, Meraki initially blames Ben there. Hear that? But then Jake, like, Jake can do no more, right? Jake did nothing wrong at all in this entire sequence. There's the drama. He thinks, okay, lovely, I'll go up the inside. Like, I mean, look how far alongside he is. And then still there's contact. But then Kai gets put off the track. And then I guess you could say, I think Jake's playing the rules a little bit here. Because you could definitely say that Jake should be further right. Kai is always going to rejoin the track here. I know you're going to be screaming right now, unsafe rejoin. And you would be correct. But in the real world, you know that Kai is going to rejoin the track here. You also know that Jake is up the inside and is probably going to take his position anyway. So you don't need to be so far left just because the rules say you can be so far left. My car's only there because I had to straighten up from the initial contact. Yeah, but obviously you still could have gone right. You still could have, this point here, I'd be going further right than you did. You do go a little bit right, but again, it is Kai's bad rejoin. It's just when it's predictable. If you got wing damage here, I don't know if you did or not, but if you got wing damage here, you're more than entitled to moan that it was a bad rejoin. That's why you got wing damage. At the end of the day, you've still got wing damage. It's better off to avoid that, isn't it? I don't think you did get damage though. But anyway, right, moving on. Tukey moment? What's this? Bad day from Kai? Yeah, maybe. Wait to see what it does later. It's Fabio.
And I lost the car.
Tukey moment. Ben, no room. Here we go. Sign me up. Well, this will be a Safso job then, surely. Yeah. Illegal. Illegal. If Safso reported it, which I doubt he has, but if he did report it, that is a clear-cut warning / penalty for Ben. Just because he's on the throttle. Look, I mean, look where he is. Like, Safso ahead, and yet ends up here. There's no debate for that one. There's no mitigating circumstances. It's a clear as day, not leaving enough room. Concept Fabio, Ben overtakes. Right, who's overtaking here? Is this Ben overtaking these guys? Oh, this could get spicy. They're going to be 3 wide. Nah, Ben's sitting back. That's smart. Nicely done. Good contact there.
There's another point.
From Ben's POV, that's a squeeze, but I think that's not illegal. Unless Concept's halfway along is inside still, which I don't think he is. I think, yeah, that's entirely predictable, isn't it? It's a little bit naughty, but you get away with a little bit naughty. That's fine. What defense is that? That's how Ben races. I don't mean that as defense. I mean that as a predictability. You know Ben's probably going to turn on you there, because we know Ben's not a very clean driver. So if you're staying there, you can't be that surprised when it happens. That doesn't make it any more legal though. That was nice. Bit of contact, but always fair in the F1 game. Kai being very fair there. Oh. Bit of a squeeze, but he's based in Canada. Nice, very nice. Bit more contact there, but again, I'm going to put that down to ping. That's deep. Fair play to Jake. I think that was good. I think that was good racing by both. Ah, clumsy. Yeah, not a good day for Kai.
Can have it back. Sorry about that.
At least he apologises. Bit deep there, but they both go a little bit deep. There's a lot of contact, but this is the F1 game. Yeah, he's got an even deeper than Jake. If you hate, let's see if there's room was left. That's really nice racing by Jake. Really nice racing. Little bit suboptimal by Kai, but unfortunately the F1 game is a contact sport effectively. Right, last lap. Back to 2, Scotty and Ben.
Go away, Saf.
Go away, Saf. Doesn't want to be using the battery, that's why. Whoa, Saf's, oh wait, have we got Saf's PV? No, we haven't. Safso did very much think about that send. He had a good long hard think about that send. I like it. Aggressive Safso. Get it in my veins. Okay, Fabio. Did he just get nerfed? I didn't really... No, he did not. It's just Fabio things. Just Fabio things. Let's send this. Nicely done. Scotty sliding
Scotty's
front
in
though.
trouble.
That's a squeeze. Apologise.
Oh,
Honestly, I forgive the turn in here. He does just turn in on him. But obviously, with the car sliding in front of you and you being that close, it's very easy to get a bit lost in what's going on. He turns in, corrects it, and apologises. I think that's fine. Was it? I think this was a Gillon ambition rather than a Gillon murder. Let's have a look. I think Benny's going for the championship this season. He keeps talking about it. Oh dear, Vince's been nerfed there. Oh no, this was just murder. It was lap 11. I had a whoopsie. Here, basically, Raz has got better tyres than me because he boxed on like lap 5 or 6 for brand new softs, and I'm on 11 lap old mediums. He's got better tyres than me, and I've always got no battery. But I'm like, this is for P16. Who cares? It's not for points. I don't care. I'm gonna go for this rather than sit back. If I sit behind, I will get P17 at best. So I decided to go for this up the inside, even though I did not have the grip to do so, and this happened. Yeah, the tyres could not handle that. I send it here, and you hear me going, oh, because the car is sliding. It's right on the, but I can't steer less or try and correct some oversteer. I just have to hope that sliding is not going to yield to a full spin or to too much understeer, but it just understeers just enough, and I just tap into Raz in. You know, I'm right. I know because I can feel I'm right on the edge of grip, but just a little bit deep. Then round I go. That was it's not a smart move, but as I was in the mud anyway, I decided to go for it.
It's probably a little bit annoying for you guys who have got the stopwatch out, but I don't really care. Through the right hand, anyway, let's take the shortcut and let's fly through Interlagos. Look at that. Yeah, that's a much better line through there. Keep it.
I think Ben's reaction is exactly what they wanted by doing that. My reaction was, okay, I'll open my video editor. However, that was an incorrect reaction because I don't think we're going to, we are going to see it. Top left here. So they blur out where he is, right? Because that's where he was for most of the lap. And they also blur out his lap times up here. They don't blur out the session timer. That's how I knew it was a 109 before I even did my frame analysis. Top left here, Hayden goes presumably P1. Because, yeah, he's done 2 purples. Gonna get it. There it is. 109.579. It was right there in the video. Didn't need to do any frame analysis. It was right there. Shout out to Creator Series. I think that wildcard was great. I think that was really good. I'm glad. I was worried Hayden was going to do like a 3-minute lap time or something. He didn't do that. He did a reasonable lap. Obviously, cheesed it a little bit to try and stop us guessing. I obviously sweated and nerded out to get it pretty precise. Obviously, a couple of mistakes in the execution of it. We come to expect that from Creator Series. They were the best one in the world. Some people suggested a one shot would have been better. Maybe. I quite liked us trying to get closer and closer, knowing that it was only one, as in your fastest time that counts. I liked just trying to be like, oh, I don't want to find too much time. I'll find a 10th this lap. I'll find half a 10th this lap. I quite liked that. So yeah, I thought it was really good. Really good wildcard. I enjoyed it a lot. And I think most people did as well, which we're more for wildcards and things like quali and sprints more so than in features, which I think is what they're going to do for the rest of the season. So yeah, good fun. They cooked. Race start. How about 2-on-2 start then? In a McLaren, but on hards.
I'm just staying on the outside of the circuit into one.
No ERS?
Do not
I guess he DNF last time, didn't he? Lap 1. Oh my god. Well, I mean, what's the point in bothering to qualify? I get being passive at the start to avoid incidents, but this is ridiculous. Okay, now he started. Oh.
Thanks.
Just he starts to go for it. Maybe he was right all along. Oh, amazing. Lolly and Jake contact, all right? Classic F1 game contact. Unnecessary. Yep. What happens to Jake? Where does Jake disappear to in that?
Idiot.
Does he even lose that much? Gillon concept contact. What's this? Oh, this is what I accidentally sent on him. I didn't intend to.
Stay nice and cool.
And he breaks very early. My God, I was not planning to send on him there. The fact I get ahead at the apex, look, and look, with the contacts there when I won the line. So, but it was from a long way back because I didn't mean to send it. He breaks super early. How did he react to that? Yeah, the contact was on me.
You know, it was a sad minute.
It wasn't an intentional one. Oh, this is so this is our watch this back. This is our drama. So I covered this quite well at the end. So obviously both me and Razin want to be in the pit lane first, right? To not double stack. I'm obviously the lead car, so I'm trying to defend. Razin's obviously wanted to get past me. It's a lose-lose situation for both of us, honestly. Yeah, I mean it was largely triggered by Concept going super slow here. I think he was thinking about pitting. See, my delta's 1.5 seconds here. I've got loads of time. I shouldn't have to floor into the pits, but Concept going slow meant I had to slow down a little bit there. And then I felt like at the time, Ben didn't floor it into the pits. I think what actually happens is I floor it earlier than Ben, and I'm using overtake. So I get a run on Ben, which I then have to take a secondary lift for, which is what allows Razin to get alongside me. But look at the delta, 2.6, like crazy. With hindsight, what I should have done, and this is proper hindsight, because I didn't know Concept's going to be that slow at the time, is really drop back, because Razin's not allowed to overtake me on a safety car. Give these guys 5 seconds, because I'm not trying to get Ben here. I don't care. I just want P3. Really drop back. And then just throw it into the pits. But obviously I didn't know Concept was going to go quite that slow. But yeah, so Razin was very happy with this sort of squeeze here. I think it's a bit of a nothing burger, to be honest. But obviously I get shafted and I get a 10-second penalty and damage. And I was behind. Luckily, the game glitches and I don't have to double stack. I don't know what it's all about, but I'll take it. But Razin was very well behaved here because he doesn't, like here, he could have tried to sneak me or whatever, which he probably would have got away with in the game, but by Creator Series rules, he's not allowed to do this. So he does wait very patiently. You see the secondary lift there, and that's what ends up causing it. I go now, which is early enough. He's not got a run on me, but then I lift again because of Ben. And then, yeah. Razin's going for a very risky overtake here. The odds of it going wrong are very, very high. It happened to go wrong because I squeezed him. It could have gone wrong in a million other ways. For example, look how damn close he was to hitting Ben. Look. I mean, he's against the wall here, and look, Ben's there. He was millimeters from hitting Ben. If he hits Ben, he potentially gives Ben a 10-second time penalty and himself a 10-second time penalty. And all that would have meant, that was nothing to do with what Razin was doing. If Ben was 10 centimeters further right, which he very easily could have been, because he's not expecting the car to send runners outside, that would have given both of them a 10-second time penalty. Thankfully, that didn't happen. But obviously, imagine how angry Ben would have been for that. I'm not blaming Razin for going for it. Again, there was a lose-lose for both of us, unfortunately. But I just think it just one of those things. It could have gone wrong in a million ways. It happened to go wrong for both of us and shafted both of us. We went from 3rd and 4th in that race to 18th and 19th. It was just a race to the bottom. It was just rubbish. It was risky but perfect. It's sold on you. Yeah, but the reason I don't really care is because it was hella risky anyway and it didn't pay off. That's it. So, like, if you go for a risk and it doesn't pay off, then you can't be that shocked about it. Obviously, it ended up shafting me as well. So it's not like I've gotten away with it and you've got a 10. And however, I'm now still P3. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't, I just think it's not that deep. It doesn't really matter. I think it's shared blame here for Razin being ambitious and you squeezing off and causing the contact. Yeah, I think that's fair. It's just a race to the bottom at the end of the day. Like, it could have very easily gone wrong for Raz in about 5 other ways, but I also don't think he was wrong to go for it either. So, and what do? Do I let him go? No. Why would I just let him go and just take the double stack? That's a lose for me. Or try and defend it. And it's very risky to defend it. It's just a lose-lose for both of us. It just sucks that we're both so close to each other and happen to be on the exact same strategy as well. If he was on mediums or hards, he may have chosen to stay out and try something different, but we were both on softs. We were the only 2 drivers in the entire field that started on softs. And we happened to be lap 9 safety car right next to each other. It's just one of those things. It just sucks. I was calling myself an idiot. Yeah. Because I just drove into the back of bed and gave myself wing damage. Even with a 10-second penalty, which is not ideal, giving yourself wing damage as well. Like, it couldn't have gone much worse for me. In theory, should have double stacked without a game glitch. So I'd have got the double stack, 10-second penalty, and wing damage. You cannot get worse than that. So I was calling myself an idiot. When I say idiot like that in instant reaction, it's almost always about myself. What's this? Safsa versus Lolly. Ooh. Sin damage if you got shafted by that. Oh, that's a squeeze. That's a big squeeze. Gets it back. Fair. Nicely done in the final corner there, boys. More contact. Fairly good racing by for F1 game standards. There's lots of contact here and there, but still going. It's mad. How are they not losing more time to the cars in front? I mean, there's contact in every single corner. Looks like, yeah, a slight bit more battery. In the end, he gets him. Safsa on the safety car restart. Nicely done. Very nicely done. Fantastic commitment there. Boom. Just keeps the throttle and carries the speed. Really nicely done. Really nicely judged that. That's the best overtake of the day so far. On Skyzy. Oh, good defense from Skyzy. Really nice. You can do that in this corner. Because of the dirty air, they cannot turn further right than you. It's not possible, right? So as long as you keep turning right, even if you don't end up all the way to the inside, as long as you're turning right, they can't get you inside. And this is illustrated perfectly here. But look, Safsa's trying to turn right. Because of the dirty air, he just cannot get further right than what Skyzy's doing. So it's quite relatively easy to defend there, just by doing that. And it doesn't even make, in the end, you don't end up that tight to the inside either. Well, low. We already saw this one, didn't we? Nicely done. Ben versus Kai contact Fabio in the wall. Okay. Now this is another bit of Kai controversy here.
We've got more than 50 laps of fuel remaining.
Sorry.
Not the best, but it was on the curb.
Messed me up.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm actually trying to leave space. Just got
By F1 game standards, that's fine. It's contact, but
oh, Fabio.
Fabio gets deleted. Now let's watch Fabio's POV first. Get a DRS, and see you later, buddy. Get in the bin. Definitely a bit of lag there, but clearly Kai's fault. You'll see why in just a second. Watch this bit of contact with Ben, actually. Yeah, does just bounce into him, which is not ideal, but fine. Of course. And there, just comes across on him. Bit of lag exaggerates it because they sort of bounce off each other, then they hit each other again. But guess why? Because of his OSD placement. Now, this doesn't excuse it in the slightest. He still came across on Fabio and took him out, essentially. You can just about see the white there. That's a proximity arrow. It's not so bad when he's got overtake switched off, because when you got overtake switched off, it's mostly see-through, which I assume is how he's placed it with the overtake switched off. When you switched off, it becomes mostly opaque, and you just can't see the proximity arrow to the last second. Look, it's even red there. It's gone red. He's got a car alongside him, but he cannot see it, really. So now it eventually appears, but it's kind of a bit late. It's just, it doesn't excuse it, but that is why he did it.
I didn't see it.
He would still cop a penalty regardless, I think, if Fabio wants to protest it, but that is why it happened. It's very dumb OSD placement. Hopefully he moves that. Oh.
Okay, that's great.
Oh, hello. You know, diving in deep like that is how you get moves done. And later on, remember that. Karim should have just learned from that. He was so fast in this straight. An absolute nightmare. Karim does the same thing. They're breaking nice and deep. Ultimately gets it stopped. And
Lovely
finally
racing though,
done.
GG Tuki.
Yeah, it was. Nice and clean. Gillon Chapper's Viper 3 wide. Oh, this is where we get a double done, isn't it? I get away with that. Yes, is the answer to that question. Somehow we survive it though. I get away with that. I misjudged that. I went so deep. But because I went so deep, I get away with it. There was no contact, I think. Let's look at the others' POVs. That was definitely too deep. Nice. Very nice. I wish more people raced like that. Obviously, we both go in a little bit deep here, but he goes to turn in and then doesn't. Straight into his wheel. Only very slightly there. There's still a little bit of contact. And then just waits till his full turn in. Look, he's only just now fully turned in. Now he turns in. Now I'm clear. And look at the switchback he gets on me. If Chappers didn't exist, getting an even bigger switchback, he'd have had a good chance to get me back there. But just happens that Chappers was kind of in the way of his line. But that was very, very nicely judged there by Viper.
Also, to go for it here.
God, nice done by Matt. Deep there. Oh, that's on Grim. That I think.
Not what I intended to do.
Entitled to go for this. He's a little bit too far back. It's not a big braking zone, but completely entitled to go for this. But just messes it up. Gets a slide on, and I mean, look, he's not even. It's just got front wing to rear wheel. I don't think that's on Matt. That's on Grim. A little bit naughty there. Basically just a punt to pass, really, isn't it? It's not paying attention. Look, almost lets Grim go and it's outside. It's amazing how many people do that. It's completely not paying attention.
Yep.
He probably should have left a bit more room, to be fair. Should have left a bit more room, but I still think that's on Krim. I think he probably should have backed out of that after the fact. Now we have a Kai moment. Oh dear, more Kai moments. Oh, good save. That was Max Verstappen style save.
Oh my god.
All these low wings helping him there.
Nicely done. Good steering inputs that. Watch your steering inputs in turn 1 here. Very nicely done. Ches moment. Was to be a little spin.
With the pin.
Yeah, nice, especially on controller. Krim versus Ben. Now, this is where things start to get spicy. So this is the point that Krim has now finally caught Ben. This is mistake number 1 by Mr. Krim, who definitely should have won this race. Because Krim was, what did we work out? It was 8 or 9 tenths a lap faster. He was loads quicker. And look at this opportunity he gets here. Ben was actually very fair to him there. So now, because Ben's been very fair to him there, Krim's now on the drier line. You can see from about here onwards, it's wetter. And he's in a Mercedes. And we know he's 8 tenths a lap quicker. So this should be GG's now. This should be move over. And look where he is now. Literally ahead of Ben, up the inside into the next corner. And look how early he brakes. Just allows Ben to fly around his outside. Like, what are you doing? Horrendous. Really bad racecraft. Really bad racecraft, this. Don't even bring up the line. Don't get out. Get out.
Good battle so far.
You were just the fastest person in the whole field, getting an 8 tenths lap on Ben. Don't tell me, oh, I haven't got the line though. Get in the bin. All right, so Ben's allowed to have the inside, but no battery. Ben's left room. Nicely done. Yeah, honestly, that's fair. There comes a point when it's ridiculous to leave somebody room, and this is that point. I mean, he's not really, like, that's never going to work out. That's never going to work out. I think what Ben did here was completely fine. He does squeeze him off a little bit. This is completely fine. And Krim rightly backs out of it. I think that's to me, there's not even, like, oh, bit dodgy, but I think that's completely fair racing.
Maybe I should have backed out of that one. Not sure, but...
Yeah. Guys, he DSQ. This guy's just stop on track. I was a bit confused what happens here. What's in the pit lane? Oh, he spins in the pit lane.
Juste push quand même avec les softs qu'on voit.
Disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Kind of fair. It's obviously a bit harsh, but kind of fair at the same time. Lolly moment. What's this? Oh, yeah. Nope. Nope. Part of the reason I gained so much in these conditions is because I noticed from my VSC ranked race earlier in the week that, and from a previous race actually, so it wasn't it was like the 3rd time I'd seen this, that the game for some reason, they patched it I think today, but the game for some reason basically advised you to change tyres way too early. I had this in a career mode race, didn't I, where I copied all the AI and it was a mistake. So that's what it did. The DRS wasn't disabled for like 3-4 laps after it initially said to change. So a lot of people changed just way too early. You saw there was lack of grip there. It was it's so difficult. I think a lot of people struggled. There's just not much grip still. How's he changed view? Yeah, he's clearly trying to get a safety car. Technically, against the rules. I think in reality, assuming this is, we're giving benefit of doubt on the fact that he genuinely didn't mean to change view. So sorting that out, fine. And then still just doesn't get going. I think there's a little bit of, if I was to stay here a little bit longer, that's probably a safety car. We'll give him benefit of doubt, but I think that's a bit naughty, but it's not the end of the world. Because at least the mistake was genuine. Well, it seems genuine anyway. Actually, I want to see Razin's whoopsie. Pretty sure when Razin first transitioned back to these slicks, which was the wrong timing. Does he just spin immediately?
Fantastic stop, faster than we were expecting. Look after these tyres now. You want to finish the
Yeah.
race on this compound.
No way. Bro, what?
Look at that. Look how low grip that is. What's interesting is he instinctively... Oh, I went back too far. He instinctively pauses to reset to track. But I think in doing that, has stopped him getting disqualified like Skyzy did. The only reason he doesn't reset to track is because that option isn't there because he's in the pit lane still. Look, he presses pause and then OK, which should normally reset him to track. In this case, it takes to the race director. Boom, boom. And then race director, see? Very lucky there. I think if he doesn't pause like Skyzy did, or like Skyzy didn't, he would have got disqualified from there. So very lucky. Tuki had no grip on his restart with those hards. Send by Razin. So fast in the straight, it's a joke. I'm pretty sure he's one of the fastest in the straight in the whole race.
What is that Red Bull engine, man?
It's the wings, it's super long wing. Oh, that was a bit late. Gets away with it, I reckon. Yeah, nice.
Pushing off.
He squeezed a bit, but in the end it was nice.
Why
They
is
both got DRS
blocking
though.
so difficult?
Look, it's straight
What
line
other
speed.
straight line speed is Tuki got?
Oh, now that could have gone wrong. It was actually really nice at the end though.
Right.
That was very, very
Brake
risky.
late, you got scared.
Very, very
Got
risky. He's got a car up his inside.
You got.
And he's not even that close to Tuki. Tuki could have easily turned in on him here. He doesn't get alongside really until here, which is like just after the turning point. Tuki was very kind to him there. I think most people in the field would have turned in there. Very, very risky move by Razin, but it was nice in the end. It worked out. Very, very risky though. High risk, high reward. Razin spin. Here we go. Sign me up for a bit of this.
Okay.
Ah, he gets
cheers,
hit,
Tuki.
doesn't he? After he gets hit, he gets hit. Nowhere near him. Ah, a bit distracted by car behind trying to go for it,
man, no.
but... do you know what?
Are you
Realistic performance that scores by. He was getting that stopped. He wasn't ready to go run a excessively deep.
man.
He's just got a lot more grip than Razin's got. He's just
Come
got
on,
more... It was regardless, it was Tuki's fault, but like...
Come on.
It's the fact that he's got a Red Bull is why he was able to do that. Ben versus Crim contact. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, Crim deep. Hello. Hello. That's what Ben wanted to see. Is he close enough? Close. No, it wasn't. Oh, not quite. That was... you know what? I don't think he could have done much more. He's trying to go for the switchback. Just very, very slightly misjudges it. That's very, very close. Very close to working out that. Not quite. Lucky doesn't get damage, but that could have been damage even on Crit Series' lowered damage rule set. Ben versus Crim again. Here we go. I'd have thought he'd have been fine that time because he didn't go deep, but he's definitely closer. But he didn't go deep and he's this close. Oh, Crim's got no battery. Hello. I'd love to see that. Yeah, just turns in. Turns in. It's the classic Ben Daly.
Come on, straight line speed. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
It looked pretty turn-in from Ben's POV. If it looks turn-in from there, it probably looked pretty bad from Crim's. Let's see. And no batteries. Yeah. It's Ben's. The reason Ben does it is because it's a learned trait from the collision model of the F1 game. Let's hope they change it next year. He shouldn't be. I mean, where's he going? Like, if Crim doesn't exist, Ben's inside wheel ends up on that inside curb. The only reason Ben technically ends up leaving some room is because he bounces off Crim. Like, that is, he has just turned in on him. There's no other way to say that. Right. Anyway, so now this is interesting. Next lap, Crim comes back. Not much battery again, though. He probably is better off waiting, honestly, in that car. He decides to go for it now. I spoke nice and late. Probably going to back out and get DRS. Yeah, no squeezes there, but he does manage to get DRS. This should be an easy move now, but he hasn't got much battery. But neither of them have, and Kai has. And Crim, I cover this afterwards, after I stream live. From this point here, Ben is never going to let you just go up the inside, right? It's not going to happen. You know Ben is a smart racer. We know he's an aggressive racer. He's never going to let you just go up the inside, right? The outside is the right way to go here on Ben. Kai's also close, but there's not a great deal you can do about that. But if Karim goes to the outside here, Ben and Karim can work together and sort of both sit in the middle with, because it's quite a narrow bit of track on this straight, with not really any room for Kai to find a way through. Kai might have mustered his way through anyway, because he had lots of battery, but what Karim ends up doing here with the entirely predictable movement of Ben's car, and completely legal as well, because it's not till like now he's alongside. I mean, there was just never room there. So costs himself straight line speed, doesn't even get the move done anyway, and then allows Kai just to have, I mean, I want to see Kai's POV. This is Kai's dream. It's just a completely clear track with more ERS, flies on the outside. He gets to run on them, and he's got more battery. So here, if Karim goes to the right here, Kai might struggle to find a gap. Because they both go to the inside. Look at all that track he's got. And she goes, oh, cheers, guys. And takes the lead. Now, the key thing here is that's Ben's dream. Ben now is in P2, but the guy in front's got a penalty. He doesn't have to beat Kai. He can now just sit behind. This is perfect for Ben. Karim is really on the back foot.
Shit.
Here is where he makes a bigger mistake. He realizes it's an issue.
Out of the final corner.
Recharge as much as you can. But here, again, entirely predictable. Maybe I've just raced with Ben too much over the last few years. If Ben sits there, he gets DRS, it's very hard for Karim to do anything, right? Ben is going to try and sit P2, obviously. So what you've got to do is attack Ben to force Ben to attack Kai and then hope that it goes your way. If you just sit here and don't attack, Ben is going to win the race.
Can't let him put Kai in between us, otherwise it's game over.
But then Karim's worrying about Kai being between them. But that's not the issue here. There's not enough laps left to be worrying about that. So he's using battery now, but then stops using it. There, stops using it. He stepped back down to none. Look, he's just allowing Ben. Ben is never going to attack Kai here. You have to force him to attack Kai. Why the hell would Ben attack Kai? So because he's saving battery, he sits back. Ben doesn't attack. Maybe goes a little bit deep there as well, but whatever. And again, because Ben's not under pressure, there's no way in hell he's going to overtake Kai. He'll sit behind there, get DRS to the line, GG's. I do appreciate Karim's cheek here to try the off-track line. As much as it would have been very controversial if he won because of it, this creative series, I respect him for going for it. This wouldn't even cross my mind. And I think he executes it fairly well as well. He does get a bit of a run on Ben, but not enough. If Ben doesn't have DRS, this might have worked.
It's not enough, chat. It's not enough.
Maybe.
Come on,
It would have been close, but I think it might have worked. But free win for Ben. I stopped using the and I go deep. That's such a stinker for me. Yeah, exactly. So it was just a bottle. Unfortunately, it was just a bottle from Karim. He definitely should have won that race, but both of these guys were desperate to win. Neither of them have won for a little while. So congrats to Ben. Look, Ben was a deserving winner regardless. That lead he had the right strategy. He raced well. Didn't do too much wrong today. Ben was a deserving winner anyway. They both would have been deserving winners, honestly. But yeah, anyway, that's I think that's it. It's been a long one today. It has been a long old one today. Wait, it's not there, Ben. It's not in the clipbook. Weirdly, Matt's move on me is in the sheet, but my move on Matt is not in the sheet. So maybe we should watch it in this order. So this is it. Oh my god. Oh, what a disgusting. Oh, horrible. Disgusting. What is that dive bomb?
Wasn't the same.
Oh, horrible dive bomb. Horrendous. Horrific. That was a bit of revenge from my move at the start of the lap, which is completely fair. So I was very stuck behind Matt for quite a long time here. He's in a McLaren, in DRS train, I just couldn't do anything, so I decided to go for it here. Definitely a bit over-ambitious, but I don't regret it. I think it's fine in Creative Series.
I just haven't got the beans.
I'm close here. He does leave the door wide open.
Okay, so we're leading up to
Big old send.
Go for it.
Big old send.
The room, technically.
Do you know what? I've got more respect for him going for it back than I would if he just rolled over and took that. Genuinely. A fair play. Like, I did a huge send at him. He does a huge send back on me. I think it was good. That's what Creative Series is about. Creating good last lap racing stuff. I've got a lot of respect for it, but obviously I do manage to outdrag him to the line. I probably should have shown that. Hold on. Oh my god.
That wasn't the same.
Yeah, you see my initial reaction, that wasn't the same. Then I watched it back, I was actually, yeah, it was exactly the same.
I personally think that was the same because I think I ultimately left him.
But then, because he used batteries to get it done, I was able to get him back.
I am.
He still had DRS, but because he used batteries to get it done, he had nothing to the line, whereas I had like 50% or something. So yeah. So there we go, guys. That was the Clipbook. Now, at the start of the stream, I did actually talk quite extensively about realistic performance, which I've had to cut out from this video because it was just ridiculously long with both in the same video. So do drop a sub because we've got that coming very, very soon. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.